With the Steam Summer Sale well underway, I wanted to do something out of the ordinary. This video features 9 strategy games that have an upcoming sequel on the way, all but one of them for $10 or under, and I figure it's the best time to at least play a game in the franchise if it's not already in your library. With timestamps ready to go, let's start with some down and dirty space fantasy games with Warhammer 40k Dawn of War Anniversary Edition, on sale at 34% off for $10. Featuring the base game and every one of the game's expansion, Dawn of War will provide you with the classic Warhammer 40k RTS base building and combat features that will be present in Dawn of War 4. As you wage war across multiple campaigns and play as 9 different factions, your goal is to capture points on the map to gain resources, allowing you to call down troops of all types, upgrading them with special weapons, or attaching heroes to boost them even further. All the while, you'll build up your base to unlock new unit types, better research, and some eventual pretty big baddies across every faction to wreak havoc on the battlefield. My favorite feature is the Conquest mode, where you'll play a not-so-friendly game of chess meets cat and mouse, conquering the planet Cronus in a non-linear campaign, where capturing certain regions nets you bonuses at your starting armies, and bases remain present from past battles. This is your best route to learning the basics of Dawn of War 4, so pick it up during this sale. We've got another 40k game. This time it's Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters at 80% off for just $9. Warhammer 40k Chaos Gate Daemonhunters, aside from being a huge mouthful of words, is a turn-based tactical strategy game where you'll lead the elite Grey Knights against the demonic forces of Nurgle and other such factions. It will provide you with the core gameplay mechanics of the upcoming sequel, Deathwatch. Missions revolve around careful movement and the positioning from cover, using environmental interactions like knocking over pillars that can devastate enemy units, and even more devastating psychic abilities, while balancing limited resources available and increasingly dangerous Nurgle and demonic forces. Unlike the more traditional percentage-based shooters, melee combat and many abilities are guaranteed, rewarding planning over sheer luck like in XCOM. Seriously, it's one of the best features in the game. Outside of combat, you'll manage the ship the Baleful Edict, in which you'll research new tech, upgrade the facilities therein, recruit and customize your knights, and respond to the spreading galactic plague that is occurring in the campaign. Squad customization, campaign management, and some brutal tactical battles, it all adds up to one of the best 40k strategy games out there, and honestly, one of my personal favorites in the Warhammer franchise. If turn-based tactical games are your jam as much as they are mine, this is an absolute must-buy game. Speaking of XCOM, we have the XCOM 2 collection, currently 57% off for just $6. Okay, so technically, Star Wars Zero Company isn't being developed by 2K, nor is it part of the XCOM franchise, but some of the devs are working on this Star Wars-themed turn-based tactical game, so I'm counting it. XCOM 2 is set after humanity has fallen to an alien occupation in the classic and the TBT genre. You command a mobile resistance force, recruiting and deploying customizable soldiers into generated missions where every decision does carry weight, and those 95% shots from inches away miss every dang time. It's essential to utilize the same kind of cover mechanics, or Overwatch, destroy the environments around you, and take advantage of stealth. Together, these combine to create very intense, high-risk encounters that will frustrate you more times than they won't, if I'm being honest. The collection includes the War of the Chosen expansion with all major DLC, which brings in more enemies, strategic systems, and a lot more campaign depth. Between these missions, you'll research alien tech, you'll construct facilities aboard the Avenger, much like in Daemonhunters. You'll manage the global resistance operations, and you'll have to make some difficult strategic choices as you face multiple threats, where you will end up making sacrifices in order to accomplish the mission at hand. This one's an absolute classic, so prepare to fight in a galaxy far, far away by starting right here on Earth. Our last turn-based tactics game is Expeditions Rome at 80% off for $9. Determine the destiny of Rome in Expeditions Rome, a tactical RPG that sees you in the role of a young Roman legatus whose father was murdered by an unknown political opponent, forcing you to take refuge in a military campaign of all things to quell a Greek rebellion. Battles take place on a hex grid battle map where unit positioning and flanking can nab some critical attacks. Elevation also provides ranged benefits. Your character's abilities can also lead to some seriously rewarding combinations if you can set it up right. This party of unique and specialized companions can be customized with different equipment, different classes or skills, providing you with an array of tactics to approach any given situation, and one of the strongest features of battles that I love about this game. There's a lot more to do aside from these turn-based battles, as you'll literally shape Rome's political future through real-time world exploration, featuring gorgeously laid out non-combat maps, discover new side missions, enlighten those around you, or uncover the mysteries of the world and your mission through some great branching dialogue, some meaningful choices, and of course, strategic campaign management. Your military victories, the diplomatic decisions you make, and the relationships with your companions all influence the story, which creates a blend of historical storytelling, some role-playing, and a lot of tactical strategy. While I haven't beaten this one yet, it is a great blend of RPG and battle tactics. Expedition Samurai, the next game in the franchise, features a somewhat similar approach of battle and political intrigue, as you'll lead a Dutch frigate crew into Sengoku-era Japan in the 1600s. Now add this deal to prepare you for the level of combat and engagement you'll experience in the next game. Let's keep to historical, shall we, with Total War Medieval 2 Definitive Edition at 80% off for an easy $5. I would be surprised if anyone watching this video doesn't already have this game in their library, but with Medieval 3 confirmed, even if it is years away from release, there's no better time to purchase, as a pretty massive community patch is dropping. This patch fixes a bunch of unit issues, two-handed weapons and arquebusiers especially, and introduces the modern camera and unit movement system that started with Total War Attila. With a turn-based campaign map and real-time battles, Total War Medieval 2 is the quintessential classic Total War game, allowing you to play with loads of factions, build up your economy that ultimately fuels your insatiable desire to paint the world in your faction's color, as it should be. The Definitive Edition comes with the Kingdoms expansion, which is 4 standalone campaigns in the New World and the Old alike, and with the extensive modding scene in this game, there's a bit of something for every type of strategy player with this oldie but goldie of a game. Another golden gem incoming, Stronghold Definitive Edition at 70% off for less than $5. I would again be surprised if anyone doesn't already have this one, but with Stronghold 4 coming out soon, it's the perfect time to get in on it. Stronghold is a classic castle building real-time strategy game where you'll focus on managing a medieval economy, some complex castle construction, and some really cool battles. You'll be gathering resources through resource nodes, harvesting some wood out there, and building out farms of different types to feed your population. There's the production side of crafting weapons and more advanced goods, and trying to keep your people happy, or detrimentally in fear of you, which will bring in gold to fuel your armies. On top of building out your castle defenses and deciding when to go on the offensive and maybe when to bunker down. The Definitive Edition rebuilds the original game with updated visuals, gives you some modernized controls, a lot larger maps, additional campaigns, and some new missions, while the whole preserving the gameplay that made the original a strategy classic. Also, shout out that Stronghold 4's demo is live on their Steam page now for you to check out and see what the new game will bring to the table. Out of history and into simulation for our last 3, starting with Planet Zoo at 95% off for just over $2 for the base game only. Planet Zoo is a management simulation game in which players design and operate modern wildlife parks while caring for potentially hundreds of animal species. With Planet Zoo 2 announced in May and bringing in several new and updated mechanics, the first game will help you grasp the management features of running your own zoo. In Planet Zoo, every animal has its own unique habitat requirements, enrichment such as toys and goodies, diet, and social needs, making welfare the central challenge and driving great guest satisfaction, your staff efficiency, and financial management. The game provides you with plenty of tools to craft the perfect habitat and zoo experience, allowing for nearly every structure, every habitat, and decorative element to be customized piece by piece if you so choose. Combined with a rewarding breeding system, conservation mechanics that further your own zoos through releasing creatures into the wild, and loads of DLC that bring in new animals, biomes, and habitat options. This is, hands down, one of the most comprehensive zoo simulation games, and Planet Zoo 2 looks to be building on that foundation. Love simulation, but would rather focus on transportation? Look no further than Transport Fever 2, 80% off for $8. Transport Fever 2 is a transport-focused management simulation, shocker, where you'll build interconnected networks of railroads, roads, shipping lanes, and air routes across ever-evolving maps, beginning in the 1850s and continuing into the modern era. Cities on the map will grow dynamically in response to the efficiency of your transportation systems, which means careful optimization of routes, timing your vehicle's upgrades, some forward thinking with infrastructure and cargo logistics goes a long ways. And yes, it's a lot, believe me. Casting a wide net of historically inspired trains, trucks, buses, ships, and aircraft, you'll be able to develop increasingly complex transport empires across a truly massive array of transport mediums. Whether you want to focus on passenger travel or really lean into industrial supply chains, your success depends on balancing that efficiency, when you can expand, and profitability while always adapting to advancing technology, which keeps you on your toes as things evolve. Last but not least, Tropico 6, 70% off for $12. With Tropico 7 finally announced, all the anticipation's already building. Now is the best time to become El Presidente and learn to build the best island empire in the world, balancing your economic growth through various industries and production chains, or diplomacy with other nations, public happiness with religion, bars and food, and multiple political factions. That balance will get shaken up as you guide this developing tropical island through multiple historical eras while promising the world in elections, responding to disasters, foreign powers, and shifting citizen demands. The darker elements of dictatorships are blended so well with humor and meaningful strategic decisions as you manipulate politics through propaganda, edicts, espionage, and constitutional reforms. The people will learn to love you one way or another, but it's generally easier if you actually feed, house, and employ them too. It's our most expensive game on the list, but still well worth the investment since we don't even have a release date for Tropico 7. Understanding that most of these games are a decade or more old, hopefully, some of these you've never heard of, or you are waiting for a really good sale to nab them. Or maybe you didn't even know there are sequels to some of these, in which case, now you do. Either way, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know which of these games you'll be getting, or which you already own. If you enjoyed the content, do let me know by giving the video a like and subscribing to the channel for more videos and news like this one. Your support means everything to me. You are definitely appreciated as always. This is Havoc. I will see you in the next one.